Tonight is March the 4th, 2026, and I'm in Bowling Green, Kentucky. I just went in the store to Wi-Fi. Let me do my greeting again because I just turned my recorder on. So tonight is March the 4th, 2026, and I am in Bowling Green, Kentucky, and I just left the Dollar Tree, and I am headed home. I'm on Facebook Live and YouTube Live, and I just left the store. When I went in the store, the law turned on my Wi-Fi, so that means they were connecting my location to a payment method over Wi-Fi to a different location. And then they called my phone, the Razor phone, and then sent an indication at the same time to the Samsung phone to make it ring, so that when the phone ring, call that number, I'll look at this phone. So they play between the phones, but the agents have this phone, and somebody else have this phone. Now, if you want to see who the swap is in the store, it's always going to be a Mexican, and it's always going to be a man. Look at the register at Dollar Tree, and there you have it. He was buying the same stuff that Easter had just said on the phone that she was doing up cleaning up. And so that was, let me see, night before last. Issa said she was mopping her kitchen. I mopped my bathroom. I didn't mop it. I just like brushed over it, the bathroom. So the law had that scenario in the store, and it wasn't 3 o'clock in the morning. I was up at like before I went to bed. I just decided to clean up my bathroom a little bit, and so they use that. So when I go in the store, Dollar Tree is one of the biggest shopping places for law enforcement, one of the biggest ones, because the systems are cheap and it's only Wi-Fi. So, and it's tapped. So that's a horrible combination. And they just go in there and use their phone and hook it up, put an account to Google, and then go in the store and tap, and that's it. And then change the location over Wi-Fi. I hate it. But I don't go to the grocery store. So I hardly ever go to the grocery store because, number one, I don't make grocery because I can't cook, because I can't store food because they will poison it. So I don't go to the grocery store, and I don't cook. So I literally just try to eat as healthy as I possibly can from out. But lately, I haven't really had that big of an appetite because I go through so much trying to find food. Where can I eat without it being poison? What can I try to buy? And what can I eat that's different? And then, you know, what would be good? And I don't have the head stuff as much when I don't eat out. So, um, today I ate the chicken salad. It was a little bit, but not much. And I ate the crackers. I don't think I really like them, too funny. But, I'm going to eat them. I bought them. Um, but that's what the dilemma is with the food. So, there you have it. But that's all I wanted to say. I'm in Bowling Green. I'm getting ready to go home. I'm in Bowling Green, Kentucky, by the way. I'm getting ready to go home. I was online with Lyft, but I think I've had it for today, um, with everything going on with the phones and stuff. So I think it'll be good to just go home. But I had to get me something to eat because I only ate the chicken salad and an apple today, and that was all. So I'm gonna get ready to go home, and I have done pretty good on following TD Jakes. Uh, no, what is it? No sugar. I have no sugar yesterday, and I haven't had any today. So, um, feel pretty good about that. Um, I have to be careful about that because, you know, uh, the law does stage me to have all these crazy diseases. So I have to be careful about that. But I haven't had any sugar. All right, I'm gonna check my mailbox tonight and see if the law let me get any mail. and see. I'm waiting to see this imaginary uh, motion to dismiss my bankruptcy case. Why I didn't get it in the mail. That's probably why she said it's sending my mail back for no reason. Talk about slavery. You can't even get mail. Well, the lady said in the back seat today that she was moving tomorrow. Everybody that been getting in the car lately says they're moving to a room. So I think what they're doing is taking this time that me and Ketchup left, because me and Ketchup left on March the 4th of 2020, and that lady said that she's moving, so I'm going to talk about that tonight. She said that she's moving tomorrow. Me and Ketchup moved from Bowling Green on March the 4th, 2020. And so the lady, the scout today said that she was moving to um, to a room for rent. So what they did was moved me from here to Joe's house to be China at 1517 Bethesda Road in the white um, imaginary Challenger that they gave me. So that's why she said that she's moving from here. So they're staging that to link where me and Ketchup moved from 249 Greenwood Lane, apartment 57. So they just get in the car and start talking. Nobody care where you going. Leave me alone. Junk is gay to be getting in the car. I'm moving tomorrow. Who cares? Who cares? Nobody. Nobody care what you're doing. Just get with they retarded selves reading them ugly dumb scripts. The FBI said to tell you that I'm moving tomorrow, and my new rent is a room for rent, and it's $750 a month, and it's on pad split, and I'm paying with your Cash App card because we linked together. And they told me to tell you that. Thank you very much. I really appreciate you. I gotta see what that means because lately they've been saying that I really appreciate you. Uh, IRAU. Mm, mm, I am recording you. I can't see how that's helping me because they say I really appreciate you. So you are in. You are. I'm your. Nope. It's I am recording you because they get in here and hold their phones at a certain position because they're being mean. That's why that lady got out of the car today to my thank you and have a fantabulous day. Get your ugly self out of here with that ugly wig on. And you're supposed to be a federal agent. I'm quite sure you could have got somebody to put that wig on better than that. Um, Let me see. I I I really appreciate you. IRAU. It's only could be I am recording you or you are or I'm your. Mm, I don't know. But they've been saying that lately, so that got to be a message to me. Something. I really appreciate you. I can't explain why you keep saying that. I really appreciate you. Uh, I can't get it. It gotta have some type of code meaning to it, cause I don't understand it. I really appreciate you. I'm upset that they won't let me get my mail. I should go ahead and go in the house, but sometimes I like to eat in the car. It's comfortable. But I should go in because they'd be like, see, she was living in the car. Um, Today was not a good day. Nothing happened to make it a bad day, necessarily. Not anything that don't always happen. I hate driving in Tennessee. Um, because there's so many feds there and so many states take pictures there, and the phone is horrible there. It's bad here in Bowling Green too, but in Bowling Green it's small, so it ain't the law mainly, you know, harass the phone at night when I go to bed so that I can't see. Like they download stuff, erase stuff, move stuff over, change dates, add phone contacts, call people, change SIM cards, all of that while you sleep. But in Kentucky, in Tennessee, Tennessee is more flamboyant, rambunctious. So it's a lot of, I hate the rides. I could deal with the police swaps, the gunshots, the driving past the gun range, the hearses, the gas cans on the side of the road, the black bags, the 50,000 fire trucks they're gonna put on the road. The I could deal with all of that. The about running you off the road, the horns. I could deal with just about all of that because I'm used to that. I'm used to being abused in that way. What I'm not used to, and it's hard some days more than others. That's why some days I have to vent to let it all out. And some days I write it in my notebook and that works. But then some days, like today, they do too much. And I think they do too much because on the law really wants me to have post traumatic stress disorder to the point that I become violent because that links to a murder plot. Because that's the only reason you have the blonde tip dreads. That's no other it's no other reason. And that came all the way from California. And so that's why they want to, you know, if I did call this case funny mirrors at one point, but now I changed it to dream catcher because they like to play with dreams. And so everything that I write that they did, they turn it around. Like me living here is not me living here. Like they live all around in this uh whole little perimeter over here. Like people turn down this street and have no idea. So none of these apartments ain't what they are. None of them. None of them. So I said all that to say it's hard when these people get in the car sometimes and I look at these rides and I guess they think I'm stupid. And then it's okay. You can turn the phone off all you want to. I'm recording on my other phone. I'm play it back when I get in the house. I had to take my face off the phone because they be putting a little churn up there and everything, child. But it's okay. I'm recording on my other phone. Um, it's when I go to Tennessee, it's annoying. Some days it's not so bad, but some days, like today, I haven't been in a while. I haven't been since Sunday. So they were excited to see me come and ready to aggravate. I'm quite popular in Tennessee amongst law enforcement. When I go down there, um, I feel like O.J. Simpson or who's a real hated black man by white people. I feel like R. Kelly. I can't think of any hated black women. I can't think of any hated black women, but um, yeah, I can't think of any hated black women at all. But that's what I feel like when I go down there. And I have to work, but my rides are, when I say my rides are so bad, like anybody in the world can look at this and see something is not right. But I think they don't care about that because they don't intend on nobody to see that it's not right. Because you can look at my notebook and say, you picked up all Mexicans in one day, all Mexicans every ride. Then you picked up uh all Jamaican people one day, every last one, back to back. Then you picked up all together you picked up all foreigners all day long. Not one person from America. Not one. Nope. Nope. Not one. They had me going to the refugee camp and then to the dispensary shops. That's it. Back and forth all day long behind grooms transportation. They was annoying. And then the ones that be 30 and 45 minutes, those 45-minute rides, those are the rides and the people that you need to be paying attention. The ones just be hopping in and out, they just the fillers. Like they just going from A to B to link your locations with the phone. Them ones that get in this car and hold that phone on for 45 minutes, them the ones that you need to be paying attention to. Them the ones that's law enforcement. That's getting in here. That's swapping. Them the ones. The ones that be getting in here real quick, in and out. They just taking you from one connection to the phone to the other, one state to the next. Because today they had me in New York, New Jersey. I think I was in parts of California, Mexico. I think they was in Atlanta today. Peachtree Lane down the street is Atlanta, and it all. But see, you have to look and see what the connection is. See, when I came back from doing Uber in Tennessee, I purposely turned on Lyft to see where the drugs were going because I'm not gonna let them sit up here and make me feel like ain't nothing going on. The devil is a lie. My Uber rides never, first of all, go over $15. I already told y'all it's an act of Congress for my rides to go over $15. And if they go $15, it's going to be 94.7 miles. And I'm going to draw that out when I go in the house to be comical, but I'm also going to do it because it's the truth. If and then they'll give me 150, but the other person is got paid 150. See, they'll leave the zero off and just add the zero back because the whole purpose in doing that is to make it look like you made more money doing rides than what you said. All in all, you're a liar, and you're Ubering and lifting under different names and different devices and cashing these out to accounts that we have that we're making yours, and that these accounts go to bigger crimes because the accounts don't go to legitimate sources. They go to that's why it's called money laundering because the money goes from one to the next. That's why all these banks got the same cards because they're just transfers going from one thing to the next, one crime to the next. So when I got to when I got to Tennessee, my rides don't go like everybody else go. Everybody Mexican or everybody African, but ain't nobody from the United States. And you just do that for a while, and then all the places that they like, as big as Tennessee is, why you don't never go do? Why you don't never have no real church people come in the car? Nobody that really, really love the real Lord and go to church. There ain't no witch. They put witches in the car. Um, people um, that get in the car and say, yeah, I used to traffic this, that, and the other, but I love the Lord, and I keep my blue holy robe clean and ready every Sunday. I mean, it's just something all the time. But it's when I go to Tennessee, it's just bad every time. Sometimes it's worse than others, depending on what I be done said and what I be done wrote. But today I didn't go to no but I also wasn't paying attention because I'm quite sure I went somewhere that got something to do with dying or cancer because that's their main plot. But that the lady that said have a fantabulous day, she got her ugly wig out of here and went to the psychiatry ward. But that's where the gay girl work at that said she was going to take herself in to be committed to get checked out. the one that said she make $1,000 a week doing Instacart. Well, you shouldn't be that big there, honey. You shouldn't have lost some weight. Because you are too big to be done. Come on, you make $1,000 a week doing Instacart. Anytime you hit a law, say $1,000 a week, that's law enforcement. That's their number for everything. $1,000 a week. DoorDash, $1,000 a week. Uber Eats, $1,000. That's their number every time. You know it's law enforcement, and you hear narcissist, $1,000 a week. I don't want to pay the IRS. I don't understand why we have to pay taxes. Um, I want something to drink. I drink alcohol, or I do a lot of drugs, but I love the Lord. Any statements like that is, and there's so many more, but all of that's law enforcement. As soon as you hear the word narcissist, law enforcement. But today, they had me go by immigration. They had me go. I picked up all foreigners today, and I was so upset about it. And they just kept talking and talking. And Cambridge Farms is new, so that has to be that has to be a major link. And it was a foreign lady over there too. So I don't know what's going on over there, but they turned the internet off over there. So it has to be somebody that got some power, or a real agent is in that area somewhere. I'm quite sure it's more than one, but it has to be a big one to turn the power off. Because all agents can't do that. When they turn the internet off, there's somebody over there for real. And me personally, I'm sick of it. They turned my thing off on again. They must be using the phone. But anyway, I'm getting ready to go in the house. I didn't want to do no more rides tonight. Look how they just play with my phone. And it'll stay like this until you record the screen, and then they'll turn it back on. And then this phone has service on it. But when it's being used, and they're using the screen probably to put little children on it, or girls, you know, some man with his balls out, whatever, the screen will go out. If the screen don't go out, then you'll know they on it, because it's going to say slow connection. They're going to slow it down so they can add stuff to it. And then if it don't say that, then it'll start buffering. But it just does different things. Now, this is a Razr phone. Now, on Facebook, my camera ain't going to be on the other side. But it don't ever come on the other side, because it ain't never this phone. See, now it says slow connection. So, and that does that all night long. All night long when I go upstairs and I put the thing on the side of the bed and I get in the bed to go to sleep, and the law enforcement, they just flash all night long. They be on that phone all night long. The whole night the whole entire night. As soon as I turned over, well, before I could hear them. Maybe I could feel them on the phone all night long. If you was to ask them, that's why they be coming back. If you listen to them, they'll tell on themselves because they'll come back and somebody will say, "Oh yeah, I got up at such and such in the morning and I was up and couldn't go." They telling on themselves, and they be telling the truth. They be done been on the phone all night long. And they get up and they have somebody get up and say, "Yeah, so I went to the bathroom to jack off and then I came back to the bed and I couldn't sleep. So I stayed up and watched children all night." They will say that and then go back into something else. But that is what they do. They're on it all night long. They don't ever get off the phone, ever get off the phone. If I didn't have this phone, and I was like my sister Sharon, which she got one, but if I was like my sister Sharon and didn't have a phone, the law would have absolutely nothing. Nothing. Because the phone is everything. It's what they make false evidence with. It's what how they link you to people. They call you all day on the phone. It is the biggest source of harassment under the sun. I hate it. I hate it with all my heart. I hate it. HATE. I hate it with all of my heart. I have never hated anything so much before in my life, and I have to pay for it. And, because they make you need it. The law make you need the very thing that is causing the most stress and mental anguish in your life. And they be threatening me all the time about going to a psychiatric hospital. You're retarded because, number one, you don't know that people don't go to a psychiatric hospital because of abuse. That's number one. So all of them is retarded. Even the doctors are retarded because you're giving people medicine that have come off the street that have overdosed and you giving them more medicine on top of that. So you're retarded. That makes no sense. And you don't put people in a psychiatric hospital just because they had a traumatic event. But see, the law doesn't abide by the law. This is retaliation. But like I said, looking at this phone, I hate it. I watch them all day long move the network and Sims and make this one do what this one doing and this one do what this one's doing so that all of these phones that are duplicated can interact. When you get a Uber ride, this phone ring, and then somebody called this one that go to that location where you're going to get drugs. So this one is your Uber ride, but this one is going to get the phone call. And then the guy that they made that isn't real is going to be there. And they dress them, get dressed, and stand here. And then walk in the front of the camera. All right, turn around, 30 degrees. All right, stop. All right, she's going to come down the road. All right, let me get an Enterprise truck. All right, stop. All right, now, U-Haul, bring it in. All right, stop. Let me get a mattress, drop it. It's an entire operation all day, and I watch this phone orchestrate it. It makes it happen for them all day and all night. They never get off it. Never. 24 hours a day. If T-Mobile was to tell the truth before the Lord, is that phone in use 24/7? Yeah, I'm on live, but they're on FaceTime calls when I'm on live. They're using the screen. They're paying for stuff. They're ordering stuff. They're talking to people. They're inventing characters. They're back in time. They're changing stuff. This week, everybody's Kimberly. Last week, everybody was Olivia. The week before that, everybody was Chris. Everybody has their days. So Kimberly is in operation this week. I don't know when she's gonna go out, but whoever that is, she's in operation this week. And then so we must be in California. And so you just keep hearing the same name over and over and over again. And that is so they can talk to each other to let each other know who we are playing. So they'll get on the phone and say, "Yes." And so this is Courtney. All right, well, who's Courtney? Then they have to listen. Who's that? What role is she playing? All right, got it. So they let her play hers so they don't step on each other, because it's thousands of people swapping in this operation. Thousands. Everybody's having a ball. So they play all day. And so when they get done with that, they just go and go into another name and then send death threats. That's all they do. When you catch them and all their stuff, I just have not went at it. I really don't have the energy to tear it all up. I've already done it mentally, and they were sending all kind of death threats on the way home. They already know what I'm thinking about, and what I really want to just go upstairs in that room and just tear up everything, just everything. But I just do not have the energy for it, and plus I have to go to bed. And they put the largest gas can on the side of the road tonight that I've ever seen. I've never seen one that big. It was the size of my car. So they must have had it towed in and they put it on the side of the road. So I know what that means. And so I just don't have time for it. But in a nutshell, I'm really tired of them. And they be threatening me today. They threatened me a lot with jail. So I'm really happy about that because that means that they finally made, conjured, conspired, figured out, paid for, you know, a way to put me in jail. So I'm happy that they have finally come up with something. It's only taken 22 years. Um, so I'm very happy that they've come up with something. It's not true, but what is? Um, and I'm being sarcastic and passive aggressive because I'm very, very, very upset about today. The rides were so evil and malicious, and they don't. I can't. I probably, since it's such a nice night, I probably should go up there and sit on my back porch and talk to the Lord and cry to Him. But I have to be careful about tears because you can't cry in this operation. Because if you cry, they'll say, "Oh, she's suicidal. Let's use it." So you can't cry in that. And if you do cry, they're not going to say you're crying about them. They're going to, as soon as you start crying, they're going to record it, and then they're going to have Gwanda call, and Gwanda going to say, "Yeah, so I'm just upset because Curtis came over my house and shitted all over my bathroom and did not clean it. And I'm just so upset about everything because I went to the store tonight to get the Fabuloso, and my card didn't work because I had overdrafted all 29 of my prepaid cards. So, and they was all linked. So I don't know what to do. But hold on, let me call you back. This Corey, I got to send $15,000 to Fred Davis Cash App. I'm gonna call you back. Because I got to think about if I'm going to pay my IRS bill for the last 40 years. Let me call you back. I am going in the house and play that back. I wish I had a comedian. I swear to God, this Friday night, all feds get in front of your TVs because y'all gonna get roasted tonight. Don't take it personal and don't gas me, but you're gonna get roasted. I think they need it. I think it's the least I can do for all the abuse. I just want to roast them one good time. Don't do not do not be putting stuff in my windows to gas me. But I have been wanting to do it for a long time because this operation is very funny because it's so illegal, and I'm in slavery, and I be sitting here saying to myself, are these people making you drive your car to set you up? Mm-hmm. Are they making you, Chris? They making me, forcing me. I can't make no money without it. And they making you drive all over, take the longest routes too. They don't give me the shortest route. They make me take the longest routes because their partners is taking the shortest routes so we can be going to the same places in these swapped out vehicles. They're making me do it. The man said that's what he was going to do in 2020. I'm going to make you do it. And then they be poisoning you. Really? 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 Yep. Want me to be crazy. They don't like smart black people. I was thinking about that on the way home. They don't. They don't. Everybody smart ends up with their inventions taken, and then if they don't take them, then they end up dead. And then all of the great black people, only people that are black that live is people that they can make money from. Entertainment. That's it. That's it. You have to be in entertainment. You want to dance for us or play ball? Or are you gonna? There's nothing else you could do. They want us in entertainment, and that is because look at the link. The link to that is because we were just entertainment when it was a more traditional form of slavery. I'm not going to say when slavery existed because it still exists. I'm going to say when there was a more traditional form of it. But oh yeah, they want you in entertainment. That's it. That's why they tell me you can dance, you know, you can take off all of your clothes. One of the feds in Atlanta told me, you would look great naked. I said, child, please, all this stomach. He said, you still red, though. So they encourage it. They really want you to get out here on the street and blow balls and be nothing. And they will be the first in line to come get all their services before you get all washed up. They really do. They really don't like smart black people. Not political, not in politics. They want you to stay over there in your lane and get your little reality shows and get your chicken and get your stuff. They do not want you getting into that smart role, and they definitely don't like it. That is a coon, and she got a lot of IT sense. They don't like it at all. At all. That's why they say all the time stay in your lane. The chicken and the watermelon owl, stay over there. But they don't like um, uh, uh, smart black people at all. So, my thing and my uh, My thoughts are, what do you feel or how do you feel about it? Well, today was hard, and I need to probably go in my house and pray. But I don't have no privacy nowhere. Nowhere. They have a camera on me everywhere I go, even in the inside of the toilet. When I sit down, they be like, "There she goes. She's sitting on us." Like like it's a camera everywhere, and it's the worst thing I've ever seen in my life. It's humiliating. I really can't have a certain quality of life because I can't date. It would be totally unfair to not tell a guy that I have every federal agency in the world looking at me right now. So, um, probably not the best girl for you right now. And if you have not paid your taxes, then whoop, you're in trouble because you are talking to me. So, um, mm, I can't date. They definitely won't let me have sex. That's boring, and I'm aggravated about that because that's if I hadn't found a boyfriend, I would probably be still having sex with Ketchup, and they don't want to let me and Ketchup have sex anymore because they're angry. So they won't let me have sex with him, and then they only will let me have sex with guys that are gay, which they really won't let me have sex with any. But let's just hypothetically say they did send me someone, then he would be gay for first and foremost, and he would be HIV positive, and then he would not. He would have some other attributes that they could link. For example, he would be missing teeth, have glasses, on drugs and alcoholic. He would be old, may have erectile dysfunction, but he would have something wrong that they could link. They won't let me have sex with anybody, and they won't let me have, like, nobody can meet me because she's all blocked off. We're playing with her right now, and we have her in an operation, and nobody can get to her, so I can't talk to anybody. I can't call anybody. Everybody knows. So, they keep you in a swoosh. Hundreds of people are around to keep you crowded out, to keep all the sane people away. So it's like a spotlight. So if you go into the house and they say, "Well, how could they keep normal people away?" All right, well, let me explain that. So let's say I wanted to walk to Walmart. All right, they would put about 25 people on that route walking to Walmart, and then they people would be watching me and walking. Everybody's walking in the direction of Walmart. And let's say one person came and got out of the car that was not them. They would all swoosh that person away. One person would go talk to that person, other people keep the arrow going, the direction going, or they would walk near that person that is not them. And then if that person, it gets close to me, they would interrupt it with either a conversation, maybe see if whatever they could do, but they're watching both people to keep the innocent person away from the target, and then to keep the target away from the good person, so that you stay around all of us. all day. And so, and then when you do just happen to think, they want you to think, I don't ever think that they're not them. They think that I think they're not them. Honey, I know you're you. So they get in and, or they'll say, when you go out and they talk to you like in T-Mobile, and they'll be saying, yeah, so how are you? I don't think you're a regular person. I know you're law enforcement because I haven't talked to anybody real probably in the last, what is that? In the last 10 years of my life. I'm not allowed. It's, it's not, it's not allowed, you know? I don't get no friends. I don't get nothing. All them, all day long. So the next thing they're going to do is they're going to say, well, they'll come and they'll say something, and then they'll start giving you tags that is them, and they'll say, yeah, so I'm gonna get ready to go home, and I have a 1:23 appointment, you know, to go and get me some. You might say it early today if you said you want some tilapia. They'll say, I got a 1:23 appointment. Yep, I'm going to get me some tilapia tonight. And then they'll say something else that got a tagline, and they'll say, "Yep, so I'm going to get outside in my Buick." You know, they'll drop another tag, and then they'll just keep dropping them until after a while you'd be like, "Forget it, just leave me alone." And then they hold up their phone so you can see it, and it's just one thing after another. But I'm really just tired of them. Today I might go up there and pray and have a different perspective because they are letting me work. It's not real work. It's not what everybody else get to do. It's not making the rides that real Uber rides get. But they think they're protecting the public from a pedophile and a drugster and all this. So they think that they're keeping me protected by letting me ride with them all day. And so if you ride with them, then if you're good, then you get tips. If you're not good, then you won't. And, you know, if you, and then nobody ever gives you 5 rating stars anymore. You only get bad, everything is bad. You don't get anything good no more. It says I did 800 and some rides, and you ain't got but 400 reviews because that's all law enforcement. We was just, it's over. We're in the middle of a takedown right now. We don't have anything else good to say. Nobody has anything good to say. They just get in the car and are straight demonic. I mean, I've never seen anything like it before in my life. They lure you to them, and nobody is at a real address because they don't live there and they're not there. So you're picking up every single person from the curb because they just go and stand there. They don't work there. They're not there. They don't live there. They have no affiliation. They just go and just get dropped off on curbs. And then they get dropped off out of the car that is pretending to be you. And they go stand on the curb and they say, yeah. And then you pick them up, and then they get in the back seat, and then they all get on their phones and schedule the next ride. And you get in there, you take them where they go. And for the most part, you try to be happy about it. Be grateful that you're working. It's a pretty day outside. Thank you, Lord, that I'm getting to do something. But then all of the reality set in, They asked me last night on TV, are you pretending to be okay? No, but what I am pretending is that I don't see you. That's what I'm doing. I'm not pretending to be happy. I'm pretending that I don't know that the law has made me a slave. That is what I'm pretending. I'm pretending. Here they are with the phone again. So I'm pretending that I am not a slave. I'm not pretending that I'm happy. I'm pretending that I'm not a slave. And I'm not even my phone didn't roll me back home, so that must mean that I am out of town because my internet didn't follow me home. Normally they turn the internet on when I get up there by Kroger, but it's not on the phone, so that means that they are not in Bowling Green tonight. Uh, and I'm just not gonna worry about it. I used to order Uber Eats when they do that. I'm not doing any of that. I'm just gonna leave it alone because all they're gonna do is call whoever got the car in New York or wherever they are, and they're just gonna order that same car to bring Uber Eats. So I'm just gonna leave it alone. But my internet didn't follow me home tonight, so they're not here. So I'm not pretending that I'm happy. I am pretending that I don't, and I am pretending that I don't see this. I'm just choosing to overlook it. I can't digest it. I can't fathom what they have done to my life. And I do not run around in the street that they can't get over the trauma. So they go to drugs, they go to prostitution, they go to wherever because they can't get over the trauma. And I really think that's what law enforcement wants to do. They are not these good people that are really out here to put, bad people in jail. That's not what they are there for. They're to put black people in jail. But if they're white, then they shake hands and say, "Show me how to do that." High five. But if you're black, you go to jail for the same thing that the white man is doing, and you get longer time. So it's not it's not that's not my observation. And neither is it my observation that you can say anything you want to say without penalty. That's not true. It's not true. If that was true, that you had freedom of speech, I wouldn't be afraid to eat. I could go over there and get me a sloppy Whopper with cheese right now, and could eat and not have to worry about, is it going to come out of my nose when I lay down? Because I wouldn't be treated like this. So none of the stuff that they say is true because it's not my observation. And they even take my ability to say that away by saying you're dead because you said this. So then you can't even have an opinion. No. And so the only thing my mind conceives is that they have made you a slave. And God said the same thing a long time ago to them, that you have definitely made her a slave. Because when I look at what they're doing to me riding for Uber, they're making you drive your car. Look at how many traps he's putting around you on a daily basis. When you go to racetrack, he lets you know he's sitting at the pump. He's waiting on you at the pump. Good morning. I'm already here. I've already pumped my gas. Look at the gas tank. I left you a message up there. He's already there. Mental anguish. I've left my bank card on the meter for you to see. And I'm watching you to see if you're going to link it. And when you do, I'm going to say you're going to jail. It's your card. I only know it because you were around me with it and I've picked up on the game. You know, see, it's not like this was my card, like 0744 was my card. It came to me in California, and I told the FBI about it. This card is duplicated, and I called Fifth Third Bank. So taking that and going to um these other cards, they just feel like, well, if we make and say that she doesn't have good sense, we can make all of our cards hers. You can do whatever you like, but I've already told you that you're going to be caught because Brandy Reed's phone number in that in that uh, phone that the FBI got is a bank card, and it's Sharon's phone number. I think, quite sure of it. And when they figure that out and turn all these numbers around and see these new accounts out, no, no, you won't be able to buy a conviction at all, because the same person that you're going to want to buy the conviction from is going to say, I will rather defend her because she's going to have more money than the money that you're giving to put her in jail. She's going to have more money to be out, because all of these feds know I'm not guilty, and they all have sat here and watched me tear it up. They know I'm not guilty. They know that if this debacle went to court tomorrow, it would just be a terrible scandal. And they don't want to deal with that. No one does. They don't want to talk about that. They would rather shut up. Shut up. That's their way of handling it. But there's been no checks. I mean, I've seen everything that you can think of illegal to have to be done, but I ain't seen them drop no cash up there by that dumb. They done dropped empty boxes. They done put, vacant tags in my mailbox and put all kind of stuff, you know. But I ain't seen them drop no cash nowhere. I ain't seen that. And I would prefer to have some money because I don't want to work. As much as I like driving for Uber, I want to do that only when I'm riding for real people so I could enjoy the job. I don't enjoy the job keep driving to different smoke dispensaries. I don't enjoy that. I don't care how much they pay me. I don't enjoy it because I know that it's wrong. I know that it's wrong, and it feels wrong, and it feels deceptive, and it feels crooked, and it feels manipulated, and I don't like it. And they make me do it every day because they know the fear and the phobia that she has that we gave her. And they're acting like it was from what she did. I've never been interested in drugs, ever. I'm not even that type of person. And I personally think it's boring, it's dumb, and it's a waste of time. You're never going to get out of it. You're never, ever going to retire from drug selling. You're going to get shot, you're going to be dead, or you're going to go to jail. One of the three. No one ever retires from selling drugs. And if you get to be so big, you can't have a legitimate business because the police are knowing out here on the street who all the drug dealers are, because all of the little people that get caught go and tell the police. So these big fish that think they're big fish, you're not so much is big shit as you think, because the little guy has already told on you. That's why the police keeps raiding the little guy, because the little guy is telling where the big guy is. That's the way it works. Link it. I have to think like a federal agent in order to be them. So If I want to know where the big person is, I'm going to keep riding this little man. And then the little man end up working for me. And so that's the way that it works. So the bluefish, you're not really getting away. So technically, there is no drugs on the street that the law don't know where they are. They know where all of them are because they are what? They're over the little guy. And the little guy is going to the big guy. And the police is just sitting right there watching until what? Whenever they get ready. They're not in a hurry. They're not in a hurry. Not in a hurry to make a move. We just take our time. And that's it. So that's the way that works. So and really drug dealing is a terrible, terrible way. Um it's a terrible act in our community. It hurts our community when I linked it in more ways than people can think. You think it's only hurting the person that's doing the drugs, you're wrong. It's hurting every last person. If one person in this apartment complex did drugs, it would affect everybody in some way or another. Why? Because that person is not getting their life together. So they need a center. They would have to have a jail. It's affecting your taxes. And then if two people did it, then you're paying even more. Then if they have a disease and they spread it, as well as Bowling Green is, then everybody got it. So it's not so isolated as you would think. Oh, it's not my business. It's your taxes. So it is your business. It is your thought process of where your mind should be on it. And we should have solutions for this instead of just letting it run rampant on the street. So I hate all of the jobs that the law has given me. She's a contractor. She got a pink you dump truck. She's a mortician. She's got a cleaning service. She's a singer. She plays guitar. She drives up and down the road. She's a traveling nurse. She's a smoker. She's a madam. She's a painter. I hate all of these mundane jobs that they have given me. I hate them. I do not like them. They make me do stuff I'm not interested in. I would never be in company of the people that are around me if the law did not put them there. We would never meet. I would never speak to them in Walmart. It would never be a conversation. The law puts them there. How do you justify you wrote 95 Mexicans in 1 week? The law did it. How did you write 179 Africans? The law did it. Everybody looks alike. That lady, if she get, I'm not picking her up anymore with that skirt on. I'm telling you that right now. That's not happening. If I see her, ma'am, you're not getting here with that skirt on anymore. I'm not going to do it. I'm sorry. I'm not doing it. I'm not. I'm sick of the whole process. I'm not doing it. I'm sick of that skirt. And I'm not going to let you keep sitting on these seats. And them Africans is not right. And I don't want y'all around me. And you're not going to get in here talking all that language. It's not going to happen. See, when I speak in tongues, that is my right as a Christian. The FBI turns that to their language. And I don't know what you bet they're saying, but if you bet they're saying it in that language, the FBI put you in here to say it, and you finna get out. Because they would not put you in here to say you like cheese. So you in here saying something you ain't got no business saying. And you only got one thing that they care about, and that's drugs and taxes. I'm gonna need for you to exit the vehicle, please. Thank you. I'm sick of you in that skirt. I'm tired of it. You need to tell the FBI to buy you another skirt because they got plenty of money, and they need to take that black card and go take you to dealers and buy you some more fabric or something, but you're not riding in this car anymore with that skirt on. I'm sick of it. Now, you have a good day, and you need to go repent for your sins and that skirt. Sick of it. And they just started having me go down there. So that means that's out of town. So you have to pay attention to these new routes. And then when you go back into a route, that means you traveled. And I'm not just going to just do regular stuff. You know, like when people used to do, I'm not doing regular stuff. My rides are it. You got Uber Eats, you went to the registry. You did Lyft, you went to the registry. So what they're doing is that person is calling you on these imaginary phone numbers that the law got. So they're calling when they see you getting dressed to leave. They're calling you from the scam number. And it's 270-513-9999. That called and came through. That number belongs to Joe Blow. He probably deals cocaine in this scenario they done created. Because these people are not real. They're law enforcement. Now, the little man can be real, but he's still going to be under law enforcement. So, that man's going to call you before you leave home. You leaving home, you innocent. You getting ready to go Uber or Lyft. The law finna call you and make you come to Joe Blow. See, that's the connection right there. See, you get the call before you go. So it looks like you went and then went in there and booked it like it was a lift to mask the crime. So I had to sit back and look at it because everywhere you've been on Instacart, on Uber, and on Lyft, you're going to the same identical places. Man, turn around and put your hands behind your back. Nobody would believe that. So you got to be able to defend your position in the situation, and you got to be able to show how the law is orchestrating these events. That's why when I turned my recorder on, that man named Nick the other day, they took him off. Get off. As soon as I turned that recorder on, rider canceled. Why? Because we don't want that recorded. And whenever I put the rides online, that's when they say, that's it, you're dead. Because they don't want that to be seen before you get there. See? Because and then if it's recorded, then there's is no conversation heard telling the person, oh, I'm coming. That's why they get in the car and say, so I'm gonna need to go back. Shall I book? I don't know what you should do. Don't ask me no questions. Getting in here trying to make it like it's a conspiracy on you booking a lift. Don't ask me nothing about your lift ride. I don't even want to take you back. I got another ride. See, they get in here asking you, would you take them back? Then you don't take them back. And then they go and get into your swap vehicle. And then you still took them back because the law is chopping and screwing these conversations. See, the conversations go, they get in here and they swap them all day. And then you just sitting here, like I said, what's the overwhelming part? That look what they done did to my life. And you go upstairs, they done been in the house all day, you don't get no Roku notifications, nothing, because they turn them off. What kind of shit is this? Lord, forgive me for cussing. What is this? And you're being made to live like this? All of these white people. And I came home tonight that this is what you're supposed to be excited to get up for the next day. And then I told myself, well, Chris, you know that they it don't matter if you worked in the most fabulous job ever. The law will show up just to make your life miserable. They specialize in it. They have awards for this. They will get up 3 3 o'clock in the morning to make piss to pour on your parade. They love it. They don't want you happy and walking around. And after you done exposed and told and talked about them and jived on them, granted, they laugh at it. They know it's funny. They know they're wrong. But at the end of the day, are they angry with you? Shoot, yeah. They're pissed to all levels of festivity. And they be on the phone all night, letting you know. And you get gas, letting you know. And then we wake you up at 3 o'clock. And then we wake you up at 5, letting you know that we're pissed. So what is this exactly? What do it back to the question they asked me last night on the TV. Are you pretending to be happy? I'm pretending that I don't see you doing this to me. That's my answer. I'm pretending that I don't know that you're in my house when I go out. I'm pretending that I have control over my Roku camera. I'm pretending that my car is not linked to other people. I'm pretending that the screen on my phone is the same screen that I had the other day. I'm pretending that when Gwanda calls me, it don't say conference call on my end of the phone. I'm pretending that you don't have a gazillion bank cards in rotation to be me. I'm pretending that I'm not having this conversation. I'm pretending that when I go upstairs and lay down in my bed, that my blood is not shaking. Because Crystal, you're laying down in here and these people tell you every night. It's not even a secret anymore. They don't even keep it on the hush hush. They are just straight out blabbing it out. That's right, you're going to get gashed tonight. They don't, it's not even like, wait, we're not supposed to be saying that. They have let it out the bag. They are riding down the road, Crystal, tapping the back of their heads at you. What is this? And then they threaten to go to a hospital. I swear, if God allow you to do it again, then that's where I'm staying. I'm gonna go in there and tell them whatever they want to know, because I'm just that tired of y'all. I'm really tired of y'all. Today was just too much. I'm sitting there, and they're putting the same names from Kentucky in Tennessee, and they're swapping, and they're making me ride and do everything that I said I don't want to do. They're putting infants on the side of the road and saying, pick them up. I don't have no extra kids. Well, you're going to have a daughter today because we gave you one. And they don't care that I don't want that. I don't want to do that. And that lets me further know that the man from May of 2024 was law enforcement, just like I said, because they keep making those Indians ride with me, and I don't want to ride with them. And they'll do it tomorrow just because I said it, and they'll make me ride with them for a long time just because I said it, just because it's aggravating, just because it'll bring a level of anxiety to you, that it'll make you uncomfortable, that you'll think of all the evil that we're doing to you because of it, and we'll do it. And ain't nothing you can do. Ain't nothing you can say. They're just going to do it because they can. And then when you say something to them about it, the only thing they're going to do is for the 15,000th time, you're dead. That's it. That's all they're going to do. That's all they know how to do, and that's all they know how to say. Is just keep saying you're dead in 55 different thousand ways. So you could just sit up there all day and have mental anguish and worry and feel and drive where all of your muscles tense because we've told you we're gonna wreck you. We're gonna wreck you. I mean, who does that? And then you law enforcement, just bullies. And then you get on the road, we're gonna wreck you. And you're just like, are you serious? This is your job? I'm over it. I'm over it. Let me go in the house and clean up my stuff for the next family that'll be coming to ride in it tonight. Make sure I write my mileage and stuff down. And then let them come ride it. And then erase my mileage and put it back to where it was. Because this mileage is definitely not the mileage that's on this car. I can tell you that. And neither is the VIN number. I'll tell you that too. And that will definitely bring some white boys to the yard. I wish I was white. I'm telling you, I would definitely sue Chevrolet. I would definitely sue, what is it? Bob, what is it? Jack, Steve Raymond. I would definitely sue him. But I'm black, can't go to the court, so I'm not even going to waste my time with that. But black people can't go to court for nothing. All you do is file them, and all them white men going to do is hire their IT guys to go on your phone and start drafting stuff and erasing. That's all every last one of them do. You got any of them white people, they don't say one word to you. The first thing they do is call their IT department, and then next thing you know, they in your phone and erasing your ass, sabotaging it, tearing it up, erasing it, and what you thought you had, you ain't got no more. They done went to your emails. They listen to all your phone calls. They're invading your privacy. Every last rich person is going to do that. When you threaten to sue them, that's exactly what they're going to do. And you'll be thinking that you all prepared in court. They in your house already. On your phone, listening to everything you saying. They done hacked it. As soon as you send that notice of intent to sue, IT, this pickaninny talking about she's gonna, I need to know what she's got. And that's it. I'm on it. Got it. And that's it. And they call them investigators. No, they're professional hackers. And they're going to go on your phone, and they're going to your emails, and they're going to listen, and they're going to spy on you. And they're going to get all of your information. And then they're going to take it, and they're going to go in there, and they're going to erase it, and they're going to edit it, and they're going to do whatever they got to do to win. Because that is the white culture, period. They don't like to lose at all. That's why this operation has gone so far. Because they don't like to lose. He doesn't like to lose when they have lost. And he won't admit it. So he doesn't want to give up. So I'm just going to let him do whatever he wants to do. And let him have it. Because this is the most retarded thing I've ever seen in my entire life. And I am legendary at this point for a black girl have bought so many rich white men to the yard, and it's gotten so many white people angry, and everybody wants to sit there and talk about, well, something must be wrong with her. Something must be wrong with you, because if something wrong with me, then why are you mad? I must be telling the truth somewhere. and FBI need to turn this thing around, which they already know I'm telling the truth, because they would say, then why is these people so mad at her? Because the girl has to be telling the truth. That's what everybody needs to turn around and look at. Why are they so mad at her? Because she's telling the truth. Wouldn't be nothing going on. They told me in California, you done attracted sharks. You got big fish. Well, I learned how to link from my daddy. So what do you think? And the Lord made me smart. So what do you think? I tore that phone apart. I hate this phone. I hate it. I'm going to talk about that when I get into. I hate this phone. I'm leaving my recorder on because when I go in the house, I want it. You don't hear no dogs barking, no cats, no snakes hissing, all of that junk. They say I have a whole animal kingdom in there.